Hey, good morning. I'm doing the follow-up after 13 hours of fasting. Those of you who watched my live video on me starting the fasting last night will have known that I'm using this ketone sticks to see the effect of fasting on producing ketones in the urine. And this morning, I already saw that actually there is production of small amounts of ketone in the urine. This is interesting for me because the first time when I did fasting, it took about 36 hours for me to become ketogenic or for ketones to be seen in the urine. But now it's only taken about 13 hours. And this is what I like about intermittent fasting is your metabolism gets better with practice. Of course, you shouldn't be overdoing it, and I don't overdo it only because it's good. But I'll talk about intermittent fasting in detail later. Maybe in some other video. But thanks Leah for asking the question whether this also is something that's linked to hypothyroidism. Well, all I can say is that it increases your metabolism. If your slowing down of metabolism is because of hypothyroidism, I'm not sure. Research shows that those who do ketogenic diet actually can lose fat and spare the muscles because when you're on a low carb or a low protein, fasting is basically, you're not on carbs or protein, results in actually saving T3. And in fact, T3 is a muscle sparing hormone in thyroid. So there's T3, T4, and the thyroid stimulating hormone. What research shows is that, okay, well, ketogenic diet hasn't had any negative effect on hypothyroidism in the sense that one's thyroid stimulating hormone levels don't go up, which is an indication that somebody could be hypothyroid. So that means it's not negative if you it's not something that's bad if you are hypothyroid. I don't know, I'm not hypothyroid, so I couldn't say it from my personal experience. Others can share that experience, but it helps in improving your metabolism. And there was another question by Leah, whether this is paleo. That's interesting. See, in 1990s, which is when I had my very first health sciences degree, we were told that no fasting, no feasting, or don't fast or feast, and this is what results in metabolic conditions. And in a way, that made sense then, because our idea of feasting in modern times is really gorging ourselves with pastries and cakes and bread and baguette and lots of refined carbohydrates. Of course, that's going to upset our hormones. But if you think about paleo, they didn't have access to supermarkets. They didn't have access to cafes and restaurants like we do. So they had to eat when they could get food, and they had to go without food for long periods of time. But when they got food, they didn't get junk food. They got food that was natural, that was fresh, that was rich in nutrient. So to me, I think if we use our mind properly, if we are properly guided, we could be using fast and feast in a systematic way to influence our metabolism. I will continue fasting because I like to see if the ketones are going to continue to be produced, and then I'm going to break the fast. The great thing is, if you start your fasting in the evening, you are asleep all night, you're not physically active, it's actually not difficult at all. You feel fantastic when you get up. So I'll carry on with reporting on my fasting experience. I mean, this is not the first time I'm doing. I've done it a few times. But if you have any questions, or comments or any suggestions, if you have found any research or if you have any experience of doing it yourself, please do share. Because I think we live in a culture where we talk so much about eating, we post so many pictures of our food on Facebook. I do that as well, I must confess. But we probably also start to share uh, with others that, okay, it's all right to fast, it's all right not to go without food, and it can be quite healthy. What do you think? Anyway, I'll talk to you in about another 12 hours. Yeah? Okay. Thank you.